So we do respect the brands. We respect the fan bases of the brands, but there is no taboo. If they are not able to monetize the value that they represent, then decisions will come.
Ram just declared bankruptcy, and you can now get a hell of deal on almost all of their cars and trucks. The automotive world was left reeling on a crisp autumn morning when Stellantis officially announced the closure of Ram, one of its most revered brands. The news spread like wildfire across social media platforms, igniting a storm of reactions from passionate truck enthusiasts, loyal customers, and industry experts alike. Ram, long celebrated for its rugged durability and dependable performance, had been a cornerstone of Stellantis' North American portfolio. Its sudden shutdown sent shockwaves through the industry, raising questions about the underlying forces driving such a monumental decision. So what caused this unexpected announcement? How could a legacy as strong as Ram's fall in the blink of an eye? And what does this mean for us, the customers? The fall of a giant. Ram's journey was nothing short of remarkable. Emerging as a sub-brand of Dodge, Ram quickly carved out its own identity, distinguishing itself in a fiercely competitive truck market. Known for blending power with practicality, Ram trucks became synonymous with American strength and ingenuity. The brand's reputation was built on more than just horsepower and towing capacity. It was about delivering vehicles that could handle the toughest jobs while providing comfort and technological advancements that appealed to everyday drivers. The announcement of Ram's closure marked the end of an era. Fans and consumers flocked to forums and social media, expressing disbelief and sorrow over the loss of a beloved brand. Industry insiders speculated about the financial and strategic missteps that could have led to this outcome, while loyal customers pondered what the future held for their trusted vehicles. The reverberations of this decision were felt far and wide, signaling potential upheavals within Stellantis and the broader automotive landscape. As the dust began to settle, it became clear that Ram's closure was not an isolated event, but a harbinger of deeper issues within one of the world's largest automotive conglomerates. The question lingered: what precipitated the downfall of such a formidable brand, and what does this mean for Stellantis moving forward? Foundations and legacy. They say in every journey, the road matters as much as the destination. To understand the gravity of Ram's closure, one must delve into the brand's illustrious history and the foundation it built over decades. Ram's roots can be traced back to its inception as a sub-brand under Dodge, designed to cater specifically to the growing demand for full-size trucks in the American market. From the outset, Ram trucks were engineered to be more than just workhorses. They were crafted to embody the spirit of resilience and reliability that resonated deeply with American truck enthusiasts. Throughout the years, Ram steadily evolved, transforming from a niche offering into a dominant force in the truck industry. By 2009, Ram had successfully established itself as a standalone division within Chrysler, later becoming part of Stellantis after the merger with Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and PSA Group. This strategic move empowered Ram to focus exclusively on trucks, allowing for greater innovation and development tailored to customer needs. Ram's impact on American roads was profound. The brand became a staple for both professional and personal use, earning accolades for its robust performance and cutting-edge features. Models like the Ram 1500 set new standards, seamlessly integrating advanced technology with traditional toughness. The introduction of the eco-diesel engine and best-in-class towing capabilities showcased Ram's commitment to pushing the boundaries of what trucks could achieve, making them indispensable tools for work and versatile companions for daily life. The loyalty Ram cultivated was a testament to its excellence. Drivers appreciated not only the sheer power and capability of their trucks, but also the comfort and sophistication that came with each model. Ram trucks were more than just vehicles. They were statements of strength, dependability, and American craftsmanship. This deep-seated loyalty made the closure all the more shocking, as it felt like cutting ties with a trusted friend who had been part of countless journeys and milestones. However, even the most steadfast foundations can be vulnerable to the shifting sands of the automotive industry. As Ram reached the pinnacle of its success, external pressures began to mount, setting the stage for the challenges that would eventually lead to its downfall. The legacy Ram left behind was not just in the trucks it produced, but in the lives it touched and the roads it traversed, making its closure a poignant moment in automotive history. Crumbling stability. While the closure of Ram sent immediate shockwaves, it also unveiled the broader crisis brewing within Stellantis. Formed by the merger of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and PSA Group in 2021, Stellantis was envisioned as a powerhouse capable of competing on a global scale. The merger promised synergies, combined expertise, and a diversified portfolio that would position the company as a leader in the evolving automotive landscape. However, the reality proved to be starkly different. Stellantis has been grappling with significant financial and operational challenges since its inception. The combined entity inherited a hefty debt load from both predecessor companies, creating a financial strain that hindered investment in critical areas like research and development. Additionally, the integration of diverse corporate cultures and operational processes resulted in inefficiencies and delays, undermining the company's ability to respond swiftly to market changes. One of the most pressing issues has been Stellantis' sluggish adaptation to the global shift towards electric vehicles. While competitors like Tesla, Ford, and GM surged ahead with aggressive EV strategies, Stellantis struggled to keep pace. The delay in ramping up EV production and the high costs associated with retooling factories and securing battery supplies placed Stellantis at a considerable disadvantage. This lag not only affected the company's market position, but also eroded investor confidence, adding to the mounting financial pressures. The decision to shut down Ram was a stark indicator of these underlying struggles. It wasn't merely a casualty of financial mismanagement, but a strategic move born out of necessity, as Stellantis faced declining sales, rising production costs, and increasing competition. Cutting costs became imperative. Ram, despite its success and strong brand loyalty, became a target in Stellantis' efforts to stabilize its finances and redirect resources towards more promising ventures, particularly in the EV sector. This move highlighted the precarious balance Stellantis had to maintain between sustaining legacy brands and investing in future technologies. Ram's closure was a visible manifestation of the company's broader instability, showcasing how financial constraints and strategic miscalculations can unravel even the most iconic brands. As Stellantis continues to navigate these turbulent waters, the fallout from Ram's shutdown serves as a cautionary tale of the complexities and challenges inherent in managing a vast and diverse automotive portfolio. Signs of trouble. Long before the decision to close Ram was made public, subtle signs hinted at the instability within Stellantis. These warning signals, often unnoticed amidst the day-to-day operations, painted a picture of a company under immense pressure. Financial instability was one of the first red flags. Despite Stellantis being one of the largest automotive manufacturers globally, its financial health appeared fragile, burdened by substantial debt from the merger, and exacerbated by rising material costs and supply chain disruptions. Management turnover further underscored the turmoil within the company. High-level executives left Stellantis at an alarming rate, leaving behind a void of leadership and a lack of cohesive strategic direction. This churn disrupted ongoing projects and stifled innovation, making it difficult for Stellantis to execute long-term plans effectively. The lack of stable leadership also hindered the company's ability to navigate the complexities of the modern automotive market, where agility and foresight are crucial. Competitive pressures added another layer of difficulty. The automotive industry is undergoing a rapid transformation driven by technological advancements and shifting consumer preferences towards sustainability and connectivity. Stellantis found itself struggling to keep up with these changes, especially in the highly lucrative truck segment where competitors were aggressively innovating. Ford and Chevrolet, with their strong EV initiatives, began to overshadow Ram, making it harder for the brand to maintain its market share without significant investment. Adaptation to new industry trends posed yet another challenge. The shift towards electric vehicles was not just a passing fad, but a fundamental change in how consumers viewed transportation. Stellantis' slow response to this shift meant that by the time it attempted to ramp up its EV offerings, it was already playing catch-up. The hesitation to fully embrace electric and hybrid technologies left Ram vulnerable, unable to compete with brands that were rapidly advancing in this space. All these factors culminated in a scenario where Ram's sustainability became questionable. The brand, once a linchpin in Stellantis' strategy, now seemed like an unsustainable financial burden. The closure of Ram was not an isolated consequence, but rather the tipping point in a series of mounting pressures that Stellantis had failed to manage effectively. It was a clear indication that the company's broader strategic vision was faltering, unable to reconcile the demands of legacy brand management with the urgent need to pivot towards future technologies. As Stellantis continues to grapple with these challenges, challenges, the closure of Ram stands as a testament to the critical importance of foresight, adaptability, and robust financial health in maintaining a successful automotive brand. The warning signs were there, but recognizing and addressing them in time proved to be a formidable task for one of the industry's giants. So stay tuned as we delve deeper into the immediate aftermath of Ram's closure, exploring the domino effect on Stellantis' financial health, the shifting market dynamics, and the broader implications for the automotive industry. The domino effect. The closure of Ram triggered significant consequences within Stellantis and the broader automotive industry. Following the announcement, Stellantis' financial position faced intense scrutiny. Investors reacted swiftly, leading to a notable drop in stock prices as concerns about the company's ability to sustain its portfolio grew with the loss of a major revenue stream. Competitors like Ford and Chevrolet quickly seized the opportunity, strengthening their positions in the truck market. Ford's F-Series and Chevrolet's Silverado saw increased interest, effectively filling the void left by Ram. This shift compelled Stellantis to rethink its strategies to regain market share. Public reaction was mixed, with loyal Ram customers questioning Stellantis' commitment to stability within its vehicle lineup. Analysts debated the long-term implications of Ram's closure, highlighting how one brand's downfall could ripple through an entire industry. Suppliers and partners who depended on Ram faced challenges, with orders canceled and contracts renegotiated, creating further economic strain. The closure of Ram emphasized the fragile nature of the automotive industry, where every strategic decision influences a wide range of stakeholders. Stellantis found itself grappling with the need to stabilize financially while navigating intensified competition and shifting expectations. Ram's role in the bigger picture. Ram was a cornerstone brand for Stellantis, especially in North America. Its substantial sales figures made it integral to the company's strategy in the truck segment. However, fierce competition and the rise of electric vehicles placed immense pressure on Ram to innovate. The shift towards sustainability challenged Ram's offerings, which had previously set high standards in performance and towing capabilities. As competitors advanced technology and efficiency, Ram struggled to maintain its market share without significant investment. Despite being profitable, Ram became unsustainable due to rising production costs and supply chain issues. Stellantis struggled to allocate resources effectively, leaving Ram unable to pivot towards electric models fast enough to avoid becoming obsolete amid rapid market changes. Ultimately, the decision to discontinue Ram demonstrated broader strategic misalignments within Stellantis, revealing the complexities of managing a diverse automotive portfolio in a changing landscape. Strategic missteps. The merger of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and PSA Group aimed to create a stronger global competitor, but was marred by missteps. A failure to prioritize electric vehicle innovation left Stellantis lagging behind others who moved rapidly to develop EV technologies. Challenges and partnerships hindered progress, with missed opportunities in collaboration and strategic execution, enabling competitors to surpass Stellantis in the EV segment. Leadership instability caused by turnover in executive positions disrupted continuity, further exacerbating the company's strategic shortcomings. As Ram's closure loomed, stakeholders began questioning management's foresight and ability to adapt. The closure illustrated the consequences of mismanagement and emphasized the importance of strategic alignment, effective partnerships, and stable leadership in sustaining a brand. Ripple effects in the market. The closure of Ram had far-reaching implications for workers and communities dependent on the brand. Cities like Warren, Michigan faced sudden job losses and economic downturns as local businesses that relied on Ram experienced significant revenue declines. The human cost was considerable, with thousands of workers left unemployed and facing uncertainty. Loyal Ram employees felt betrayed, leading to community frustration and feelings of instability. Consumer trust and brand loyalty also took a hit, with Ram owners reconsidering their allegiance to Stellantis' remaining brands. Efforts from local leaders for government intervention included emergency aid and retraining programs for displaced workers. However, the scale of job losses posed formidable challenges for recovery. Turbulence and transition. The automotive industry is a battleground of innovation and strategy, and with the exit of Ram, the competition has intensified significantly. Ram's departure created a void that both established brands and new entrants quickly sought to fill. As Stellantis struggled to regain its footing, the competitive dynamic shifted, compelling all players to reevaluate their strategies and accelerate their innovations. In recent years, global competitors have made substantial strides in electric vehicle technology. Companies like Tesla have long led the charge in the EV space, but newer brands such as Rivian are injecting fresh energy into the market with their focus on electric trucks and SUVs. This shift has attracted a new generation of environmentally conscious consumers, challenging the traditional perceptions of trucks. These newcomers are not just offering advancements, but are also reshaping consumer expectations regarding sustainability and performance. Established companies like Ford and Chevrolet have responded by unveiling next-generation models with impressive electric ranges, advanced connectivity, and improved performance metrics. Ford's Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning, along with Chevrolet's Silverado EV, exemplify the industry's pivot towards electrification. Their enthusiastic reception reinforces the competitive pressure on Stellantis, compelling it to innovate rapidly to remain relevant in the evolving market. Without Ram's established presence in the truck sector, Stellantis faces the daunting challenge of maintaining relevance. The company's attempts to introduce competitive EV models have been hindered by delayed development cycles and high production costs, making it difficult to rival the agility of its competitors. The loss of Ram's loyal customer base has left Stellantis in a precarious position, struggling to attract consumer interest and regain market share. The heightened competition has also accelerated the adoption of technological advancements. Features like autonomous driving, enhanced safety systems, and advanced infotainment options are quickly becoming essential expectations rather than optional extras. Today's consumers demand vehicles that offer not only power and reliability, but also intelligence and sustainability. This shift necessitates a fundamental transformation in how automakers approach design, manufacturing, and marketing, prompting them to embrace new technologies at an unprecedented pace. In this high-stakes environment, Stellantis must navigate a web of challenges to reclaim its position in the truck market. The company's ability to adapt and align its strategies with emerging trends will significantly influence its future trajectory. As competitive pressures escalate, Stellantis is tasked with not just surviving, but thriving in an industry that is increasingly unforgiving and rapidly progressive. Financial pressure and adaptations. In the backdrop of Stellantis' strategic turmoil lies a complex web of financial pressures that have built up over recent years. The merger of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and PSA Group was designed to create a more resilient global automotive powerhouse. However, this ambitious endeavor brought with it a significant debt burden and operational inefficiencies, which have placed considerable strain on financial resources. The merger's debt obligations have notably impeded Stellantis' ability to invest sufficiently in research and development, which is crucial for ambitious expansion plans. The substantial interest payments required to service this debt have diverted vital funds away from innovation. This financial drain has made it challenging for Stellantis to keep pace with competitors who are aggressively advancing in the electric and autonomous vehicle sectors. As a means to counteract these pressures, Stellantis has implemented stringent cost-cutting measures, at times sacrificing long-standing brands like Ram. Rising production costs have further exacerbated Stellantis' financial challenges. Global supply chain disruptions, driven by geopolitical tensions and logistical challenges, have significantly inflated expenses related to sourcing materials and components. These disruptions have not only increased production costs, but also caused delays in manufacturing schedules, hindering Stellantis' ability to meet market demands efficiently. To navigate these financial pressures, Stellantis made the difficult decision to discontinue Ram despite its profitability. This strategic move aimed to stabilize the company financially by streamlining operations, reducing debt, and reallocating resources toward more promising ventures, particularly within the electric vehicle domain. Adaptation remains central to Stellantis' survival strategy. The company is vigorously seeking ways to optimize operations, enhance efficiency, and reduce costs. This involves investing in advanced manufacturing technologies to lower production expenses, renegotiating supplier contracts for more favorable terms, and exploring strategic partnerships to share the burdens associated with technological advancements. Stellantis is also reevaluating its product portfolio, focusing on brands and models that present significant growth potential in today's market climate. Adaptation is not simply about managing financial challenges. It represents a crucial strategic imperative. The automotive industry is undergoing profound transformations driven by shifts towards electrification, connectivity, and sustainability. For Stellantis to effectively manage its financial hurdles while positioning itself for long-term success, it must balance short-term fiscal prudence with strategic investments for the future. This delicate equilibrium presents a challenging test of the company's resilience. As Stellantis navigates these turbulent financial waters, the company's ability to manage debts efficiently, optimize operations, and make wise investments in future technologies will be vital to its success. Despite the demanding path ahead, careful planning and decisive actions could enable Stellantis to emerge from this financial strain not only viable, but also more competitive in the rapidly evolving automotive industry. The electric future, the automotive industry's shift towards electrification is reshaping transportation. For Ram, transitioning to electric vehicles was essential to maintain market relevance, but it faced significant challenges that led to its downfall. The high cost of developing electric trucks, coupled with a lack of a cohesive EV strategy, left Ram trailing behind competitors. Stellantis' slow adaptation to the EV transition compounded these issues. While rivals launched advanced electric models, Ram's efforts lacked funding and coordination due to merger complexities and financial constraints. This financial strain limited Stellantis' capacity to invest in necessary technologies, ultimately placing Ram at a competitive disadvantage. Ram's hesitation in embracing electrification resulted in missed market opportunities, as competitors secured substantial market shares with their timely electric offerings. A more proactive strategy by Stellantis might have fortified Ram's position in the electric vehicle market. The shift towards electrification presents both challenges and opportunities for Stellantis and its remaining brands. Ram's collapse highlights the critical need for investment in emerging technologies and adaptability to evolving market demands. This transition requires Stellantis to reevaluate its brand portfolio, focusing on those with growth potential in the electric and autonomous sectors to remain competitive. For Stellantis to reassure investors and succeed, it must clearly commit to sustainable technology, updating operational strategies to support electric vehicle advancements. Investments in production facilities, supply chains, and workforce training are vital, along with responsive customer support for electric vehicles. Understanding and satisfying shifting consumer preferences, such as the demand for sustainable and technologically advanced vehicles, will be crucial. The closure of Ram should prompt Stellantis to reassess strategic priorities, realigning its brand portfolio and investing in new technologies to ensure its lineup remains relevant and successful in a rapidly evolving automotive industry. Industry-wide implications. Closure of Ram sends ripples through the automotive industry, mirroring broader trends and transformations reshaping the sector. This moment reinforces several key shifts that are essential for understanding the market's direction. One significant implication is the accelerating shift toward electrification. As consumer demand for electric and hybrid vehicles surges, traditional internal combustion engine manufacturers face immense pressure to adapt. Ram's struggles highlight the challenges legacy brands encounter in meeting the demands of an evolving market. This trend is prompting automakers globally to prioritize electric vehicle development, invest in new technologies, and adjust their product lines to align with sustainability goals. The industry is also witnessing consolidation. Automakers are streamlining their offerings to focus on core strengths and high potential segments. Stellantis' decision to terminate Ram illustrates this trend, as brands aim to optimize their portfolios for agility and profitability. This consolidation leads to more specialized brands better equipped to innovate and respond to changing market conditions. Furthermore, new entrants such as Tesla and Rivian are reshaping competitive dynamics by introducing advanced electric technologies and innovative business models. These newcomers set new performance and sustainability standards, prompting traditional manufacturers to intensify their innovation efforts. The result is a more dynamic and fast-moving market, wherein continuous innovation is crucial for survival. Additionally, Ram's closure highlights the importance of strategic foresight and agile decision-making. Companies must anticipate trends, pivot strategies, and make swift decisions to remain competitive in this rapidly evolving landscape. Delayed responses and misaligned strategies can lead to the decline of even the most established brands, emphasizing the necessity for automakers to nurture a culture of innovation and proactively invest in emerging technologies. The economic and social impacts of such closures further underscore the interconnectedness of the automotive industry. The loss of a major brand affects not just the automaker and its employees, but also the communities and economies reliant on its operations. Automakers must consider the broader implications of their strategic choices, fostering both resilience within their organizations and responsibility towards their communities. Lessons for the future. The rise and fall of Ram under Stellantis offers invaluable insights for the automotive industry. As the sector continues to change, the experiences surrounding Ram's closure provide guidance for legacy brands and emerging automakers alike. A primary lesson is the importance of innovation and adaptability in sustaining relevance. Ram's challenges in shifting to electric vehicles highlight the need for continuous technological advancement. Legacy brands must prioritize research and development, invest in emerging technologies, and remain agile in strategic planning to stay competitive. Trust and transparency are other essential components in maintaining stakeholder confidence. Stellantis' response to Ram's closure illustrates the need for proactive communication with customers, investors, and employees. Clear communication and acknowledgement of challenges can help mitigate negative impacts and preserve loyalty during times of change. Strategic foresight is crucial for anticipating market shifts. Ram's closure demonstrates the consequences of delayed initiatives, reinforcing the need for companies to develop robust strategic plans and flexible structures to respond effectively to challenges. Moreover, sustainability and corporate responsibility must be central to business strategies. Automakers must incorporate sustainable practices into operations and product development to align with consumer expectations and regulatory frameworks. Finally, the human aspect cannot be ignored. The economic and emotional impacts of Ram's closure on employees and communities highlight the broader responsibilities of corporations. By prioritizing workforce well-being and supporting affected communities, companies can foster goodwill and sustainability.